Hey, RocketCity RVer here. Today I'm going to make a short video on about something other than RVs. For those of you out there who have home automation, smart switches, smart hubs, and other things in your house, there's something occurred earlier this week, and let's talk about that. So, very early on in the home automation, there was a company called Insteon who sold all different kinds of products for home automation. And Insteon's been around for a long time. It's a power line communications product, very similar to that. It actually came right after the X10 products, the Insteon products did. And they actually had a server which functioned through these hubs. This particular hub is a 2245-222. These hubs communicated with a server which allowed those devices to control all these various smart switches for dimming and for scene setup and things like that. And as you can see, I've got a bunch of this stuff. It's just not all of it. It's most of it that I have already removed from my house. Well, why did I remove it? Well, earlier this week, Insteon essentially shut down. Their hub is no longer active, so all my devices would work manually. I could go to the switch and actually control the lights manually, but none of the automation worked through Alexa, none of that. So I started doing a little research, looking on forums, seeing what other people were doing. There were some people that were trying some other smart automation tools to try to get the hub to work again. To me, that was too much work. And you're not going to get the full functionality that you were getting with the Insteon cloud-based service or the servers that they had in operation too. I also still wanted it to work with all my Alexa devices in the house to be able to control lights, dim lights, and things like that. So with a little bit of research, not much, I spent a little time looking and seeing what was the best product and what seemed to be the easiest to install. I came up with a solution that took me about an hour to change everything in my house, get rid of all the Insteon, and I can tell you that it's actually much easier than the Insteon. Let me show you. It's made by TP-Link, and it's called TP-Link Casa, and it has an app. Let me get to this app right here and kind of show you what it looks like. So the app is a phone-based app. You can get it off Google Play. And all your devices now, you can actually control cameras. You can set scenes. You can have lights automatically turn off. All the function, actually some other functions that didn't exist on Insteon functions on this, works on this through this app. And you also have to download the skill on Alexa to link this app to the skill on Alexa. But that was seamless. Once I downloaded the skill on Alexa, the Alexa devices found all the TP-Link devices automatically. I didn't have to do anything on the Alexa devices to make that link work. So what do those devices look like? Well, this is what they look like. This particular one is a Casa Smart Switch, and it is the model HS220, and that is and this is one of them right here that I actually have out of the box. Comes with a little plate, and I've already snapped that off. Looks very similar to the Insteon switches like this right here. Looks very similar to that. It's a little bit deeper. It's not a big deal because the Insteon switches had all wires and you had to use wire nuts, so it took a little space back there for all those wires. This one actually has screw terminals, which I like, for the line and the load of where the connections are made in the house. Also, they pretty much are pretty clear that you have to have access to a neutral wire to make this work. And if you're going from Insteon to one of these, you have to have a neutral wire also, so it was an easy change. It was a very easy change. So these things work flawlessly. I haven't had any problems with any of them. They worked the very first time, and I'm pretty happy with them. And I'll also say this, TP-Link doesn't sponsor anything on my channel, nothing. I did my own research and determined what was the best for me. 3 of these switches on Amazon, 3 of them, the KC220s, I think is what I said. I can't remember what I said. Let's see. What is that? Yeah. HS220s. 3 of these on Amazon were 50 bucks. Whereas each one of these Insteon switches were about $50 to $60 a piece. So it was an easy choice for me. And now I have totally gone away from Insteon products. They're gone anyway. They're not going to work without a lot of work and some other automation tool to make them function. This Casa stuff works good. So for anybody that's got a home automation and have experienced the same thing I did earlier this week, where the Insteon service to support your hub no longer works, here's an option for you. I can assure you it's easy. It was simple. In fact, I was so impressed that I bought extras. So anyway, this is not an RV video, but hopefully this is useful to some folks who have home automation and ran into the same issue I did earlier this week. All right, this is RocketCity RVer. Have a good, if you like this video, like and subscribe, and you guys have a good day.